Special.
Little something.
Yeah, man. Welcome back to another episode of the Lunchroom Podcast. I am your host, Daniel Sundun, and I'm with my two wonderful co-hosts.
Chill, D.
Dang, I hit your mic. I did not
You
mean to do
good?
that.
You ain't worry about all that. Come on, now.
All right.
Chill, Josh. Oh, shit.
That's crazy. Chill Josh is nasty.
You're weird. I ain't gonna
That's
Chill, Josh.
That's disgusting. But yeah, man, thank you all for supporting us coming out to this to this new episode. And I would like to make an announcement. We are finally on audio platforms. Like, finally, bro. It took 7 months. Took forever. And like, you know what's crazy? I thought it was gonna be such a hard thing. That junk, it took like 20 minutes to set up. And it took a long time for me to upload all the old podcasts, but that's only because I have no internet. And I'm working off a hotspot. I'm downloading hour-long videos on the hotspot, so that's why it took so long.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought you were just gonna post the new ones on there.
I thought about it.
The quality was better.
Yeah, I thought about it. That's why I did the seasons thing. Like, I decided, okay, let's differentiate the new stuff from the old. So I said episodes 1 through 18, season 1, 19 and up is going to be season 2. And I'm thinking we probably could do like 20 season episodes.
20 season.
20 episode seasons.
Yeah, who knows? We might get it.
I was gonna say we mess around.
we might mess around and get to 20 seasons.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I would like that. I would love that if we had 20 seasons. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all for coming out and let's have a good podcast.
Of course.
What do we start off with? I got all these topics written
There's
down.
so much you got, bro.
And I ain't even think of what to start off with. That's L freaking host. Oh goodness, burping in the mic. Let's talk about this Aiden Ross thing.
Okay.
$150 million to stream is crazy. And any other person, I would support it. But Aiden Ross is just not. He's a weird guy. Not too much of a fan of him.
It's like a lot of these people nowadays, like they do weird things to get a bunch of attention.
Yeah.
Except for like Kai Cenat. Like Kai just him. He just him on stream.
But he's starting to scare me now because I think he's getting a little too comfortable. Because you seen that video where he was getting some under the belt pleasure on stream.
Oh no, I ain't see that,
bro. It's okay. Also, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna confirm because there's no way of me officially knowing. But basically, it's like he was at a table, and the table was covering everything from like this area below, and it's a girl next to him, and you can see her arm going like this in the area of his. Connect the dots. Put 1 and 2 together.
Yeah,
he was probably getting a little hand action under the table, and it's like. Do what you do, but
I guess.
I guess it's like, and I like Kai. Like I would consider myself a fan of Kai, but it's like when you do stuff like that, and I don't know if y'all remember this, but like in 2017, there was this thing they called the adpocalypse, where all the big companies were just pulling out of YouTube because of like that Logan Paul situation when he had recorded the dead dude.
Oh, I remember. Yep, I remember.
So
that, yep.
all the big companies pulled out of that, and it's stuff like that. Like when you're not careful, something like that can be it can lead to the next apocalypse.
Yeah.
So it's just like, just be a little more careful. But Aiden though, that dude is a weird guy.
I just feel like the state of social media right now is in such a bad place to where like people are just openly doing these things on these platforms, and they're getting away with it.
And people, I'm about to say people are okay with
just okay with it. Like they're in the chat laughing like,
Yeah.
W mans, W Kai,
like, bro,
like,
that's not funny.
Like whatsoever. Like, bro, you just watch this grown ass man, just get rubbed on underneath the table.
Yeah, it's really odd. And my biggest gripe with Aiden is that like, because I give him his credit where credit is due. The dude's work ethic is insane, and he's clearly a bag chaser, and he's great at like marketing himself and like topping the next thing. Like you never gonna tune into like an Aiden Ross stream and it not be topped from the last stream type junk.
He always doing something new.
Exactly. But my problem is that like a lot of the content he does, it gets on like the edgy side, and it's starting to seem like instead of trying to create the best content, he's more so trying to get the biggest reaction out of somebody. Like that whole friendship he has with Andrew Tate, I think that's all that is. And then when he starts getting banned and all this stuff for showing things that are appropriate, it's like, okay, maybe instead of trying to act like this is okay to put on your stream, your mainly 12-year-old audience, maybe you should change up your content and just be a better content creator. But he decides to go on Kick, where it's $150 million deal, and he gets to post basically whatever he wants. But that had to be like.
Let me ask, if they offered you that 150, are you taking it?
I'm taking the 150, but I'm going to do the content that I do.
Right way. Okay.
I was just gonna do the content I was already doing.
Because like when I say because there's a TOS, but it's not nowhere near as strict. And he showed the Pornhub homepage, so his stream, and I don't know how many live viewers he had, but it's like
probably thousands.
At least I'd say at least 10,000 if it was a bad day.
Yeah, at least.
And they TOS is the reason I don't think I could be on there, because the simple fact that you can literally say whatever you want to in the chat.
And it's like these guys, they're so, because it's like, and in part it is not 100% their fault, because I think the way cancel culture is, even though I don't really think it fully exists, I think the kind of like threat of it makes niggas want to do more outlandish stuff more, just so they can say like I didn't get canceled. Because you can't get canceled off this platform. Like on Twitch, YouTube, wherever, Instagram, you can do something and be gone. But on an app like Kick, it's encouraged to push the boundaries of what's acceptable to see on the internet. So when you're posting on a site like that, you're trying to get the biggest reaction out of people, and that's exactly what porn is. That's exactly what like streaming the Super Bowl is, and it's gonna have some repercussions eventually.
The NFL is gonna sue. Like the stuff they've done to just their NFL players. Yeah, for regular smuggler, just junk. The stuff they gonna do to him for actually streaming it. You taking money out of their pockets.
Yeah. And there was already a dude who was on Kick, like, and they're like, it's like they're learning the hard way, because they try to advertise it as like, oh, you can do whatever you want. You can spam hard R's and homophobic slurs and all that, and do whatever you want. But there's a dude on there getting head gone. It was a 1 day ban, but like that's the whole reason he got
1 day.
Only 1 day. I mean. But eventually,
right back tomorrow.
Exactly, right back tomorrow.
Same time tomorrow.
Exactly.
Like what in the world, man?
So it's just like, I don't know, man.
But it's like people find a joy in like saying those things, like what you was just saying, like all that stuff. Like people like find joy in just saying that,
and it's weird. Like
it's weird.
And it's always niggas. Like it's always directed against black people. Like it's never like, I mean, to be fair, like there aren't a lot of like slurs for other people, but it's like the number one go-to is the hard R or the F word. They don't never say anything else edgy. Like they don't, because in like our group chats, we get off edgy jokes, but we don't have to use a slur to get off an edgy joke. But their jokes is no punchline. Their joke is the slur, and that's it. It's not some like weird junk like what like Cody or Daytrick would say. It's nothing like that. It's like it's no punchline. Like if the joke is you're being racist,
maybe Daytrick.
Definitely Daytrick. Definitely Daytrick. But if your joke if your joke has no punchline and it's just one word, it's like you're not really funny. You're just like a weirdo who gets like, I guess they get hard off of being controversial.
They get the satisfaction because they know if they do it in the real world out here, there's gonna be repercussions on here. Yeah. Oh, I'm about to let my fingers fly on this keyboard.
But that's what the internet is today. Like, just people be behind their screen, just be saying whatever they want.
Yeah, because a lot of the time, like, because first thing is a lot of kids. Like, there's people on Twitter. There's this girl like going viral on Twitter multiple times for saying like pretty out of pocket things, and it came out that she was like 17 years old. And it's like, okay, this person doesn't have their age in their bio. They don't really allude to their age. There's no way of knowing who this person really is. They had to find other stuff on like their Instagram to find out they're still in high school. They ain't even, they're like a sophomore or something like that. And it's like, these are the people who are like cultivating these like crazy conversations. And it's just like, that's just one more reason why you shouldn't have your kids on the internet.
But that kind of ties into one of those topics that you had. When you want your kids to be able to get on the internet? Like, what age? You would want that?
I'm not gonna hold you. Oh, go ahead, David.
Me personally, I ain't gonna lie. It wouldn't be too young of an age, but once like they get into like I think 10 for me, just because I want them to be exposed to what's really out here.
10 years old?
Yeah, around 10, 13, somewhere in between that frame. Because like it's too much stuff on the internet. The reason I say I let them hold the internet, it'll have to be controlled by me, so I'll let them see certain things. I wouldn't just let them free roam. Cause I know when I had free roam on the internet at that age, man, boy, I ain't gonna say too much. But yeah, I went crazy on that, so I already know it got to be controlled though. But yeah, between 10 and 13.
Yeah, my thing is like I'm gonna try to raise them in the best way, because the way I was raised, it's like if you see something crazy, scroll, type junk, and like. I did.
Not me.
I did that for the most part, but I don't know how well that's going to work in an age where, especially because it's getting worse by the day, where everybody has a phone and everybody's on the internet and everybody's showing you stuff. Like I remember being in like 6th grade, and I was watching people get their head cut off on Instagram. Like
you're not lying. I saw the same video.
It's crazy.
I believe it.
It's crazy type of stuff we had access to. And to think that it's just becoming more and more open, it's like, I don't want to be that parent that's like super strict and try to shelters their kid, but I don't want my son or daughter seeing nothing like that. Like they do not need to see somebody get their head cut off while they scrolling on Instagram or whatever app they on. Like that's just
it got to be controlled, because like you can't be too strict to the point where they're going out there and say, because you think how many times your parents told you no not to do something and you went and did it just because like they told you no.
Yeah, and so, you know what they say strict parents make sneaky children. Yeah. And that's the exact opposite of what I want, because I definitely want to have that type of relationship with my kids where it's like, okay, say they mess up, they're like, dang, my dad is gonna be mad at me, but that is who I'm gonna run to get me out of the situation. I don't want them to just be on some junk like they don't want to tell me things, they just start hiding everything. And because I think that's where it creates this huge like gap between you and your child that in later years it'll really come back to bite you in your butt. And I don't want that from me or my kids. So
what about you, Giles? When you think you'll let your kids get on social media and stuff?
I want to say your answer too, but it's like with the way like society is going nowadays, like kids are gonna have to have a phone at a younger age, just because of like you got to worry about as a parent like where your kids are at all times, or like nowadays like with school shootings and stuff like that. Like if your kid's in danger, you got to worry about them. You got to be able to communicate, because you can't just call the school and tell them to put your son or daughter on the line. Like that's not how it works. So I want to say like 10, 13, but like it's gonna get to the point where they're gonna go ahead and do it behind your back.
Yeah,
I want my kids to be able to grow up and not have social media dictate like what their life starts out as.
Yeah,
but I mean that's just the reality that we get into. Like folks just deceive their lifestyle into social media and what social media says about life and shit like that. Like, so I want to say your answer is 10 and 13, but I mean, who knows?
I don't think I'm gonna go as low as 10. I think because I'm trying to think of when I got a phone, and I'm talking about like a real phone, because for a long time all I had was like a Kindle Fire. Like I didn't have.
Oh yeah, I had the Flippy.
Yeah, like I didn't have like, even though the Kindle Fire had access to certain things, it wasn't like 100%. I could do whatever I want. Like only really way of communicating on there was like Kick, like the original Kick, not this new Kick.
Dog.
So yeah,
Kick was terrible.
Kick
was it? You think it was terrible?
Kick, bro. That's where all these menaces started. Bro,
nah,
you can see anything.
That's
everybody in the group chat.
Yeah.
Everybody sending stuff.
I know. Kick got me in so much trouble one time. I got dang.
Boy, did it get me in trouble too.
But it didn't even get me in. What the?
That got me in trouble.
But that noise he just made,
it scared. It scared. Hey, no, but like Kick, bro, I was like, I think I want to say like 14, 13 texting 21-year-old women.
Oh my God.
Like Kick was terrible. Like, bro, you could do whatever on Kick. And that was so bad, bro. And then like you get put in these group chats with a whole bunch of other people you don't know. but everybody in the Texas, so now y'all friends.
Yeah.
And like that could put you in your child in so much danger. When I think about it, like, bro, if I would went to go meet one of them and they turned to be like this old man, like buddy, our Family Guy, like that jump.
We wouldn't have seen David.
I was like, wouldn't have been no David.
No,
David wouldn't be here right now.
I'll be over with.
But why y'all laugh when I said that?
Nah, like when you made that.
No, I'm not talking about the noise. I'm talking about what I said. About like the school shooting.
Oh, cause I just thought, I was like, could you imagine like you being in school and this school shooting, and like you getting held ransom by gunpoint, and your mom called, put my baby on the phone. like
that's not. I don't know what you think this is.
Which one of them is your child? I'm about to shoot him first. Like,
hell no.
No, I laugh because the first thing I thought of was when we had our school shooting at our school, and like. If thank the Lord,
it happened
like 10th grade. No, this was junior year.
Yeah, it happened like twice, but one of them was like a bomb threat. I think.
No, it was. Oh, you weren't that. He wasn't.
Oh,
I remember seeing that on social media. I remember seeing it on social media. Though.
So basically, god dang, we was it was a regular it was like I want to say like a Friday or something like that, and like I saw like a post as soon as I sat down homeroom. So on Snapchat, don't come to school cause y'all gonna regret ever effing with me. This and the third, and
why are you laughing at?
The way I went into straight panic / survival mode, and like I remember, Kendrick, short Kendrick, he's sitting next to me because by this time everybody knows he look at him cool as a cucumber. Nigga, I was terrified. I was sitting there like screaming on the inside. I'm like, I need to get up out of here. But the point of the thing, the reason why I laugh was because if there was somebody that wanted to shoot up the school, boy, it would have been open season out there, boy. Because everybody was calling their mama, and it was a line of 200 parents wrapped around the school.
I remember that.
A line of parents wrapped around the school, and then for whatever reason, when third period, because I had already got out. I had got that early dismissal call. I was out of there. My dad came and got me. But there was niggas still in there. So transitioning from like third to fourth period, I guess them front doors got overwhelmed. 300 kids
Everybody
coming out the front door. I said, good Lord. Like,
but this is free hunting.
This is open season.
300 people run out the door? Oh, yeah.
This is literally.
But y'all got it.
Yeah, you know that mission in Call of Duty where you, the airport?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what that was. Where you walk in, like, you Rambo out there, bro.
When I was in 11th grade, we had one of them too. And the sad thing was, I was skipping, so I was in the hallways.
Oh, Lord.
All the doors was locked. I'm looking like, why is it all these cops with these dogs walking around? Because mine was like a bomb threat. And so it was like, I'm like, why are these? I'm thinking they looking for me. I'm in here. I'm hiding in these stairs and shit. I'm like, bro, what's going on? I open up social media. They talk about it's a bomb threat in the school, but I ran out the back door. Ain't nobody playing.
Dang, were you at William James when you had the bomb threat?
No, I was at Langston.
Bro, we had a bomb threat. We had to leave all our stuff in the school and couldn't get nothing.
I for whatever reason, I took my stuff with me, but I remember that day because it was like. We were nobody knew what was going on because back then, I mean, we had Snapchat, but like, ain't nobody really because they called into the school. They ain't posting nothing. They called into the school, so they got everybody out back, and this is the same situation. How the heck you trying to protect these daggum kids and you put them outside in a big old field? Oh, and it's the ground because Langston sit up on a hill. It's like you go outside, Langston, it's like a hill that goes down. So them niggas got high ground on niggas. That's straight headshots. I'm not gonna lie. Like
at William James, they put us outside too, in the front.
They put us in the back.
They didn't care about y'all for real.
It was hot outside.
Half of us was in the front, half of us in the back.
Yep. It was hot outside, and we was out there for like 2-3 hours before we finally was able to like cross the street to get to like the little agriculture building, and they sent the buses there.
See, we ain't have all that, bro. William James is in the middle of nowhere.
Oh
so
yeah,
we just stood out front.
Oh boy, y'all. Yeah, I feel bad for y'all because that is.
Bro, I remember like all my stuff was left in the gym, like in the locker room. My phone.
Yep.
I don't know if I think I had my gym clothes on and all, like all my stuff like left.
Everybody was like, man, I left my I left my lunch. My lunch was spoiled when I came back the next day. I was like,
bro, you worrying about your lunch?
I was finna say, who caring about food?
So, that's what somebody said. Somebody said that. Man, my lunch was spoiled, man. I can't believe it. I dropped my Hot Pocket.
No way, you might not be back to eat ever again.
His
food spoiled.
You'll never see that food ever again.
I know for sure. I didn't go to school that next day, though.
I don't think I did either.
My mom was like, yeah, you got it. I ain't going to tell you to go to school.
And I think when y'all had that school shooting threat, I think a lot of people like at my school had like got early dismissal that day too because they were scared that it was gonna happen there too.
And what was crazy, like, cause I want to say that happened on a Friday. The weekend went over and we got another one on Monday. What the freak is wrong with y'all niggas? Y'all niggas was so bored. You know the craziest part about this story? That nigga Bubba almost went to jail because of that. Our homeboy almost went to jail because
what?
Because he was the first one to post the repost. Because the person posted, hey, don't come to school tomorrow.
Oh.
And Bubba was the first person to repost the message to get the word out. Nigga, the whole school, they go by and everything. And 12 pull up the Bubba crib. Talking about some, we need to take your son for some type of investigation. I said, dang.
They tried to turn him into an informant.
I'm saying, but he got in trouble for trying to do the right thing. I was like, dang.
I'm just letting y'all know they might shoot up school tomorrow. Like, oh yeah, we need you in the pen right now.
Like that's great. They thought he was the original culprit. I felt bad
getting
for
everybody but the person in need.
Exactly. Niggas
motherfuckers' priorities messed up.
So messed up. Hey man, that's how it was. Back in the day in high school. That's why I'm so glad that we not in school anymore. I'll be thankful every day because niggas are crazy. Like it seemed like our school done got worse since we left. It seemed they started putting not chains, but like gates on the bathrooms and stuff. All type of.
It be looking like fights every day.
Oh yeah, them niggas going crazy. Them niggas
posting on Instagram. I'm sitting there like, bro, why am I seeing fights from high school
on
Instagram?
On everything.
That just be so funny. It'd be like entire pages on Instagram dedicated to fights. That's actually hilarious.
But if you think about it, they did that when we was in school too. It was just on Snapchat.
They did.
Yeah.
But
only
niggas,
certain people could see it.
Yeah. I want to talk about NBA, man. Why are we still propping up Karl Malone? Like, why? I truly do not understand it. Do y'all have any thoughts on Karl Malone being?
I'm not gonna lie, like
held to a high
until
standard?
here recently, I didn't know like his like backstory.
How recent?
Like about a month.
A month ago?
Maybe not even a month.
Dang.
When LeBron passed the record of Kareem.
That's 2 weeks ago.
That's why I said maybe not even a month, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. So for the people that don't know, Karl Malone is an NBA player. He ex NBA player. He played in like the 90s. Super talented legend.
He is a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer. Sure. I do not care about any of that because when he was 20 years old, he did some things with a 13-year-old.
Didn't he get her pregnant?
Yes, got her pregnant and didn't take care of the baby. Like he denied that the baby was his, and he didn't give the child no type of support throughout his whole life. And this happened when he was 20. He was in college. This dude went to the NBA and was a millionaire by his first or second year in the league. So he had the means to take care of this child, and that's the very least you could do if you had sex with a 13-year-old girl. Like, at least you could do is raise your daggum child, but he didn't do that. He had a illustrious career, and it wasn't until like after he retired, I want to say, where like the story kind of broke out. And that's kind of suspicious because I'm like, I don't believe that nobody knew that whole time. Somebody knew that story. They just didn't say anything.
Oh yeah, they knew. They were just focusing on getting the Marines. That's how it was.
And his sorry butt ain't getting not one. That's what he get. He's some suck. I do not. Third all time in scoring my butt. You suck. You played for 20 years, ain't win not a single champion. You suck. And you was on a super team with Kobe Bryant. You suck. You are trash.
But that was on the back end, though.
I don't care, boy.
I ain't gonna cap. Like my uncles and all them, they from that time, so they be talking him up and everybody else up. Yeah,
I don't care about nothing. Like, but the two players in NBA history that I care the least amount is Karl Malone and John Stockton. I don't care about neither one of them.
Why you don't care about John
Stockton? I just feel like, man, he just mid. I ain't gonna lie. He played a long time. He He wasn't no daggone bucket. That nigga averaged like 15 points for his career.
You good on 2K? Shit.
Hey, what? John Stockton on 2K be doing East Bays and windmill. It's crazy.
But in real life, my team, boy. Don't venture off my team.
Don't go to my team if you want to play a fair, realistic game of basketball. Hell, don't even play 2K if you want a fair, realistic game of basketball.
They got Shaq momentum dribbling up the court.
Oh my God.
Shaq pulling up. Not even his real jumper.
No.
Put a fake jumper on him.
That was the one thing that I hated so bad about the past 2K is that at the end of the year, they just gave everybody the same jump shot, same dribble moves, same overall. It's literally just
to my Shaq out here breaking Kawhi Leonard.
Like, literally.
No cap.
That was blowing me like.
I was punishing people.
But yeah, back to the Karl Malone. NBA thought it was just a good idea to like honor him because he once LeBron passed Kareem, that like solidified that. Well, he was already top 3 in scoring, but that made them like the, I guess, official trio to represent whatever. And it's just like, I understand the NBA wants to honor their history, honor their legends, but it's comes to a point where it's like, okay, whenever he was playing, the story wasn't that big.
Yeah.
So now that more people know, I don't understand why there are not enough backlash, especially considering how they treated Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, 120.
Yes. What you mean 120?
Karl Malone about 120.
I don't care, bro. Because and it's like, bro, it'd be one thing if he came out and was like, man, I'm so regretful.
Man, he do not care. Man,
that literally, he said, I do not care. I'll face that.
Yeah, I remember. Like I did see it on Twitter.
And I'm like, okay, that's clearly not the attitude of a remorseful person. So it's just crazy to me how Kyrie Irving, who, and I don't want to do the whole like, I guess, oppression Olympics or trying to rate how bad someone is, but I would like, come on, Kyrie Irving. He made some ignorant comments. He sent out some misinformation that offended some people. Karl Malone impregnated a 13-year-old girl. And the only reason I'm not straight up saying what it actually is because you can't say that word on YouTube. So it's like there's levels to this. And they just like, you can be put on stage 3 or 4 times. You're a dunk contest judge. We had you taking pictures with LeBron and Kareem on the stage, give you all these tributes, but Kyrie Irving had to do all these jumping through hoops, got his name ran through the mud, got blackballed by the NBA and Nike and
the whole Brooklyn Nets organization.
And it's just like, man, y'all did all that to him. But this the same NBA that allowed Karl Malone to stand up there. It's very telling that none of these companies or entities really care.
Yeah,
it's just about what's going to affect their bottom line, and unfortunately, in the way that media works, is that if whatever you did was long enough ago and people can, I guess, look past it to an extent. It's not that big of a deal. That's the message I got from the NBA when I see Karl Malone up there. Cause
I ain't even really mad about the whole Kyrie and Nike thing because we got some heat off Kyrie after that, bro. The shoes he be making, just to playing the game.
Nah, the shoes he had in the All-Star game with the little things on them. I was like, yo, that's kind of tough.
I need them because that's like his culture. Like and he just way he put that on the shoe.
I thought that was hard.
And nobody will ever have those though. Nobody will ever.
That's
have
a player, super player exclusive.
Because I mean, like the only thing he's doing is just taking his PEs and just putting stuff on like the Nike stuff,
covering up the Nike logos.
And I can do that at home.
And I'm someone who was critical of Kyrie Irving. I still think the way the NBA treated him was very extra. And then for this to happen, it's like, okay, y'all niggas are weird. And I see you over there making noise. I feel like nobody's on dick, bro.
That's all I got.
Nobody's on Kyrie's dick, bro.
Always hating on Kyrie, bro. I was happy for half a second because you in here talking good about him. Then now you back on.
No, I'm not.
I was critical about Kyrie.
You can't talk bad about Kyrie.
I'm not talking. I'm talking about the things he has said in the past.
Yeah, you can talk bad about the things he's done off the court, bro. And
he talk bad about the stuff he do on the court
too. You cannot talk about his game.
I was like, I only talk about Kyrie's game in a negative light as if niggas are trying to act like he was on the level of Stephen Curry. He just wasn't. He just never was. And I don't know why we still in 2023 acting like he ever was.
I'm getting a migraine in this bitch, man.
God, bro.
Let's not act like Kyrie not one of the most gifted ball handlers the league has ever seen.
He
might be the best ball handler the league has ever seen.
The league definitely called him the best ball handler. Like, bro,
he is. He was on the same level that Curry was that one final.
In terms of
guess what? He laid Kawhi.
I don't give a doggone what he did. I'm talking. If we talking about like, okay, you can get outplayed in a series because, I mean, if one guy showed up, one guy didn't, and that's a stain on Steph's career. But if we being a buck, there was never a point in time outside of that 7-game series where you could be like, dang.
But let's not act like Kyrie didn't used to pop off way before Curry popped off, bro. When Kyrie was on that Cavaliers team by himself, he used to pop off every game.
Bro,
every game.
Of course.
You talking about just against Steph?
No, I'm talking about in general.
Okay.
The way Kyrie career started and the way Curry career started are two different things. Kyrie been popping off. It took Curry about 7 years to pop off like that.
Look at him. He hating. It don't make no sense.
Steph was an all-star or
2015.
No, he was an
2015
all-star.
was the first year. Because that's the first year we won the championship.
That was not the first year. He was an all-star. Steph was an all-star, I want to say, in 2013. And he was already a 20-point per game scorer by his third season. That's 2012.
I smell a fat check.
Go ahead. I could be wrong. I'm off. I'm only off by a year or so.
That's fine.
But my thing with Kyrie Irving is just like, okay, he is great at all these things, but we look at basketball as like, well, I ain't gonna say we, but a lot of people look at basketball as like this aesthetics thing as opposed to what's actually producing the best results. And when I look at Stephen Curry about what he's able to do and what Kyrie Irving is able to do, there's clearly one who's been able to produce more results. And even if you don't want to talk about the championships he won with Kevin Durant, that still leaves the one he won last year as the number one guy, something Kyrie Irving has never been able to do.
It was 2013 when he made the All-Star team.
All right, so he got drafted in 2009, and he got...
Didn't he get drafted in 2007? No, it wasn't 2007. No, it was 2009.
So that's 3 years, and Kyrie kind of popped off probably in that second year. And third,
but Kyrie was dominating his rookie year because he was on that Cavaliers team by himself.
He was rookie of the year. But my thing is like it's one thing. It's one thing to compare like Kawhi's and LeBron because they have led their team to championships as the number one guy. Kyrie Irving has never done that.
No, I will say this. Achievement wise, like accolade wise, Kyrie not touching Curry at all.
No.
At all. But just pure talent
and basketball skill.
It's gotta be kind of
explain it to me.
He's a better ball handler, a better finisher.
Shit, wrong.
And what is wrong? What are you talking about?
No, wait.
He's not a better finisher than Curry.
You could say he's craftier. But if we're talking about straight production, if you look at the amount of shots Steph takes at the rim,
we're not talking about field goal percentage. We're not. I'm telling you. Look,
what are we talking about?
Because you asked me our basic skills, and I'm telling you, he's a better finisher. He's a better dribbler. Curry got the shooting. Curry don't got the defense better than Kyrie.
Kyrie don't play defense.
I was about to say they're kind of there.
And if we talking about defense,
he played more defense than Curry.
I saw Stephen Curry guard up on some of the best players in the league in the finals. Nigga, I'm just being honest. Stephen Curry was legit the third best defender on the Warriors championship team, and that's a team with Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, and Draymond Green, and Kevin Looney,
and Iguodala at the time.
So
you cool.
I'm just saying,
when somebody playing 40+ minutes over all them, I would expect that.
What are you talking about? Steph don't play no 40 minutes.
I'm saying
Steph played dang near 40.
Exaggerated, but what I'm saying is when he's playing more minutes than majority of the people on the team, I expect him to do that.
You expect him to play defense because he's playing more minutes?
That's
not how it works. Even if that's the case, he should play less defense.
That's like what Josh was talking about earlier, where he was like,
on the floor, you gotta conserve somehow.
This is what I'm saying. When Josh said earlier he don't play as much defense because he got to conserve for offense, you was against that low key. But now that we talking about Stephen Curry not playing as much defense because he got to score, it's okay.
Because Stephen Curry is a 30-point per game
bro.
player, and Josh is a spotter. True. This is not the same. Right, if you can compare Joe because he scores.
Joe played defense too, though.
So does Curry.
All right, bro. Come on. Bro.
No,
next topic, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I would say Curry better, but Kyrie, you definitely gotta have him in that
I'm just sick.
I don't.
Every year, me and him don't argue this. He always say Curry is a better finisher around the rim than Kyrie, and I just don't understand.
I don't agree with that.
I don't. I watch both of them play.
I just look at one nigga shoots a higher percent at the rim than another nigga. I don't know what else there is to really look at.
You got to watch the game.
If I see a nigga take 10 shots,
the shots Kyrie are taking are more difficult than Steph Curry.
Okay, he's making a lot of the shots that Kyrie takes and makes are difficult because he makes them difficult. It's not because he's just getting guarded a certain way. Because can't nobody guard the nigga. It's like how Kobe Bryant.
That's all I needed to hear. Hey, next topic.
Can't
nobody guard?
Can anybody guard Curry? No.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It's been done.
By who?
It's a reason they didn't win against Cleveland that 1 year.
Nigga, okay, I'm not finna.
Yep, next topic. I already told you earlier. It's time to go on to the next topic because you already know how we be on this all
night. I was gonna look up field goal percentages, but I'm like, let's just move on to this topic.
It really is.
I ain't gonna talk about. But what? Let's talk about the big groove, the big dancing black dude who's built like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, but super dark skin. He's getting canceled because he is making a mockery out of black people. I don't know how else to say.
He getting canceled?
People are trying to cancel it. Well, they got his TikTok banned. So I think that's his biggest platform, I think. So it's like, okay, is that what he did? Well, let me explain a little bit more.
I'm gonna keep it a whole 100. That man has not come up on my For You page, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, if you look, just look up Big Groove.
Like twice on mine though. So
he's popped up more recently because I've seen him for like some years. I've seen him on Twitter, but that's besides the point. The dude made like a name for himself, basically like dancing in like weird environment. Like he would be at a restaurant, be at a whatever, and would just get up and start dancing in front of everybody. And that's not something that is not new. Like people do that a lot, but it's the fact that he was so swole. Like the dude looked 6'4", 250 pounds. Like
he built.
He's a huge guy. So a lot the big part of the joke was like, he's too big to be moving like this type junk. That was the big thing. But it seems like now, yeah, big as hell. Look at that dude, and he just be dancing. But the issue people have is that it seems like more recently his approach to content has been more so trying to be the stereotypical black guy who got the big old gaping mouth, eating watermelon crazy, and just being super animated. And it's like a minstrel character. And for the people that don't know, back when things were a lot worse for black people, white people would put on blackface and do these super animated gestures and completely overplay how black people acted. And that's called a minstrel character.
They still do that sometimes. It's not as much, but they still do that.
So that was a big thing about like, you know why you don't see no old niggas smiling in pictures? Because the only representation they had was white people with red lipstick on and black paint on their face doing this. That's the only representation they had for so long. So it's like when you, after all these years, you go back to doing stuff like that, it's like, okay, you're making us look crazy because your audience is white. Ain't no niggas watching that content. You're entertaining white people.
See, he ain't on our algorithm.
I was saying he the only reason
I haven't seen him.
The only reason I've seen him recently is because niggas been trying to cancel him. But the main talking point is, should he be like, should niggas try to talk to him and try to make him understand why he's doing what he's doing is like kind of crazy of a crazy look, or should he just be out of here? That's my
I feel like
question.
They should find like some type of common middle ground. Cause first off, he a grown man, so he gonna do whatever he want in the first place. Yeah, like they could try to. He don't got banned off TikTok. Was like you said, you think it's his biggest platform. Mm-hmm. At that point, if somebody got to come tell you when like you see the stuff you're doing is messing up your money, about to get you, if somebody got to come talk to you and you still gonna do it anyway, at that point ain't no saving you, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to say like he does need to be talked to, like how you said, like how it's being portrayed now.
Yeah.
But if he continues to do it, that's when it's okay,
yeah,
something's gotta give.
Something got to give. I think the main approach that should be given. I think when we talk about a lot of things, we should give people the benefit of the doubt, because I don't think he was going out there doing this on purpose. But it is kind of like, okay, I don't know why you would think this is funny in the first place. But it's like, okay, have a conversation with the dude, try to understand why he may be doing this. And I'm a big guy on like educating people before we just kind of throw them out to the alligators type junk. And like y'all said, if he's still making these decisions to just be like a weirdo and misrepresent black people, it's like, okay, then I can understand why people are trying to literally take his career from him. But I don't, it's very rare instances where I think your career should be taken away for what you've done. And one of those instances like goes back to like Karl Malone. Karl Malone definitely should not have had an NBA career after what he did. So comparing it to like a guy like Big Groove, like that's his main money getter. Like that's how he makes his living. And that's not the only kinds that he does. Like I've seen him do other kinds, and like he's not just out here doing it. That's not his only thing. So, I mean, I think people are just, it goes all back to that cancel culture junk. And I think, did we talk about Is That Real last pod?
No, we when it was me, you, and Joe, I'm pretty sure we did talk about that one time.
Cause that type of stuff is just like, why are we? I think we did talk, because we talked about it a little bit with Mr. Beast.
Yep.
But I'm like, why are we like looking at these people?
Oh yeah.
Why are we talking so crazy about these people? Why are we looking at them in such just harsh light, like off the bat? Like I don't think anybody tried to be like, hey, let's try to change up your image. They immediately went to, hey, get them out of here. And I think that's unfair.
Yeah. And the sad thing is, the main reason most people be doing it ties back to what we were talking about earlier, is getting them views, is getting them followers, getting them money. So of course they're gonna keep doing it. But like a lot of y'all, like a lot of people are telling them like they want to cancel them, but y'all the same people that was tapping in, watching it every single time, promoting it every single time, making him think, hey, I want to see this, because you know we do YouTube. When we look in there and we see a lot of views on something, we think, oh, they like this. I'm gonna keep pumping out this kind of content.
Yeah, I completely agree. Bottom line is, people need to be more like forgiving. And people do need to be more forgiving, but people should be slower to just jump down in somebody's throat. It's just like, okay, half the time it's not that serious. And if it is, a lot of the time it's not malicious. So
that kind of goes back to when we talked about that Kyrie situation, like how he wasn't educated about it when he posted the things he did.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like this is the same type of situation. Like, I don't think he is intentionally like trying to persuade himself or portray himself as that, but it gets to the point where it's like, okay, are you doing this on purpose, or is this like you just don't know it, but like know about it at all?
I feel like people need to come to an understanding about what they're talking about before they really preach stuff. Like they even come to like content creation. Don't just do something because it's popping. Like really understand what you're pumping out and what you're doing,
because you got to know what you're about to get yourself into.
Find a reason for it. Like, why are you just pumping this out just to do it? Because it's getting you views. You might not even like doing it. You're just doing it because it's popping views. No, come to an understanding of what you're doing.
That's what I feel like happening with like Sneeko. Nigga went down this super deep rabbit hole of being on red pill. Women are mine and I control them. Well, okay, bro, you don't believe that. I know you don't, because just last year you was in a sex orgy watching your girl get piped. So
heartbroken, boy.
So you're nasty. But I saw what's it called? I heard the Migos song. Well, not Migos song, but the Quavo song talking about the Migos and how they're never coming back, which I think we could all reasonably understand why that wouldn't happen. But I'm just sad at how everything has happened even after Takeoff's death. Like, them niggas was backstage fighting at the Grammys, bro. Like,
well, I don't know.
Damn.
Some people say that was cap.
Nah, it was like a video clip of Cardi B.
Oh, there was a video clip.
Yeah, she was like, y'all are both not right. Y'all need to stop. Because the reason they was fighting was because Offset wanted to be a part of the tribute. And
but he didn't make that song with Quavo.
It don't matter. That is family.
I understand that, but it's like as big of a falling out that they had before he died. Like, don't try to come back now when things have gotten to how it is.
I think that's the best time to come back though.
Not necessarily.
I don't think he should have came back before that. Like he shouldn't have came during
that's what
so
I'm
it
saying.
won't look wrong because it's okay. He should have, they should have talked about it before. Cause I feel like it would have been okay if he would have let him come on stage, but at the same time, I feel like he should have talked to each other in a more common way so that you can understand. Like, you can come on the stage, but some people are gonna say you only coming up here because he passed and you trying to get publicity. But like on the other hand,
say that,
I'm just saying like that's something you think about.
He has a point though. Like, why try to come back now that Takeoff died? Like, why didn't you just try to mend this before everything happened?
But yeah, my thing is. It's just like I see what you're saying, David, but my approach is just more so on some junk like, okay, what a lot of times what it takes for people to come together, it takes tragedy, and that's unfortunate, but that is the way it is.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Especially for our skin color.
Yeah, exactly. Mainly niggas. Like whenever there's something happening, like a falling out, it's always bad blood until like a third party gets hurt or passes or anything happens, and then you want to rekindle this feeling of love, because at the end of the day you still love the person, but you allow your emotions to make yourself distant. That's why I believe in like forgiving people. Like is I don't know the exact like scripture in the Bible, but it's like one of Jesus' disciples came up and taught them and was like, if my brother like offends me 7 times, should I forgive him? And what Jesus said back to him was, don't forgive him 7 times, forgive him 77 times. Basically just in saying that, like, bro, there's no limit to how many times you should forgive a person or make things right with a person. That's how I see it. So it's just like, when I see a guy like Offset who was clearly hurt, and I see Quavo who's clearly hurt by the situation, I think the first thing they should have did was come together and completely squash it. But that also begs the question, what was it that made this happen?
I still don't know to this day. I'm gonna keep it a book. I still don't know to this day.
This beef been going on since I've been in high school, bro. Like that just before then, bro. Yeah, they been beefing.
No, I think it was
the beef
like
really started after
like
that
senior year. I think it started around that time. Like,
no, they had been like, it ain't been as bad as it is now, but they had been beefing since Lil Uzi Vert got on Bad and Bougie. Like after that, they started beefing, but it wasn't like bigly known. Yeah, cause I used to listen to them a lot, but once that happened, I was like, bro, I don't know what they finna like.
They dropped 2 albums after that.
I understand, and that's cool, but they were still like beefing in the thing. Like I said, it wasn't as bad as it is now, to where they're like, well, I don't even want to be in the same room as him. But like, they was still like getting into arguments and junk. Like all brothers do, but like they was just beefing like that. Like
I don't remember because the only type of beef that I can recall is like right when it came out that the group broke up, and then not too long after that, Quavo and Takeoff announced their Only Built for Infinity Links album, and I was like, okay, so it's really done. And then not so like 2 weeks after that, Takeoff passed away, which is so nuts to even say.
I kind of have a feeling that Offset kind of felt some type of way when Quavo came out with that solo album.
Nah,
because like if you think about it,
they came out with one that year too.
Who?
Offset. All 3 of them.
Isn't that when they kind of?
I mean,
things kind of shifted.
Because in 2018, they dropped Culture 2, and in 2019, all 3 of them dropped solo projects. Like I'm pretty sure Quavo's album was called Huncho.
Offset's was called. I'm saying, you gotta remember, I graduated in 2019, bro.
You did graduate.
We're about to find out when the beef started between the Migos.
I think it was over. What's it called? What's her name? So
Yeah,
I think so. Well, because it seemed like because when it's a group of 3 and 2 step away, it's usually the one that kind of messed things up. I think probably what happened, Offset, dadgum serial cheater, he started messing with Saweetie or whatever, and whatever happened, they found out, and that's what caused the rift between them. And it's like, bro, that junk is not worth it, bro. Like, I understand that was your girl, and Like you don't play about your woman.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, but it always seemed like a girl that end up breaking apart the group. Like it don't matter what big group you think about, it all leads back to some type of girl, bro. And it should never be to where it's like y'all boys, y'all should understand, bro. Y'all should stick together more. Like this situation right here, she's cool with my girl, whatnot.
Yeah.
But like if it comes to a point to where she's interrupting like what y'all got going on, don't break up with her. But like try to separate it to the point where all right, when I'm with them, I'm with my boys. But when I'm here, like all right, we cool.
I just think
it was just saying that it has something to do with like Offset's deal with QC.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the specifics. But
it's just to the shade room.
Yeah. Speaking of the freaking shade room, I'm sick of them. You know they ran by TD Jakes.
Right,
who?
Man. Exactly.
Do you know? Like, you know TD Jakes?
Not really. I do, but not really.
He's like the biggest, most popular black pastor in the United States. Like and
he runs the shade room. No way.
Like his business like runs the shade room. I don't know if he has direct ties to it, but it's like, bro, why is your name that's attached to Jesus?
I guess.
Like, why are you attached to the shade room? And it's like the shade room to me is a CIA plant that was specifically created so that black people can destroy themselves from within. That's what I feel like. Because there's nothing good that come off that page. Because it's nothing but celebrity drama. It's nothing but people trying to get like hot takes off, and it's like they'll say something controversial and then be like, "So what's your thoughts on it?" It's like you're trying to get a crazy reaction from people. Like when you post like somebody, like a dude in a dress or whatever the case may be, like you can feel that's wrong or whatever. But when you're posting that on Instagram, talking about what's your thoughts on this, you know who's going to say something and it's going to cause a rift, and it doesn't have to be that. But then for them to be the same platform that says something about, I would never be ashamed of my faith or whatever. It's like, y'all ain't show not a lick of faith. Because, you know, if you call yourself a believer in God, it's supposed to be reflected in your life. And there's nothing about the shade room that says Jesus. I ain't never seen them post about Jesus. No. It's the first time I ever seen them say something about Jesus.
It wouldn't be good if they did.
Exactly. Exactly.
He murdered about 3 people off the shade room. Like, how do y'all know this? I be wondering, how did they be finding out some of the stuff they be seeing? Like, they be getting text messages, and I be like, bro, this junk is like sent directly from this person to this person. And I know this would not benefit neither one of these people. How are you getting these screenshots? How are you getting these screenshots? It's like, yo, they're quite literally doing it. So and that's what's so crazy, because when stuff like that exists, you think it's ran by like some white people or something. But it's ran by TD Jakes, the biggest black pastor in the United States. So I'm like, okay, bro, what's really going on? I don't know if he's like, I don't imagine someone who's as popular as him not being fully aware of what his whole brand is being a part of. So hopefully it's just one of them things where it's like he was funding somebody and that's what they used his funding that he gave to them for. Hopefully it's something like that, but that's just a crazy look.
I don't know. Pages like that on social media is like things would not get to the point of where they're at.
Yeah.
If stuff like that they post wasn't posted, like DJ Academics, for example.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
Bro, I
things
like
that he posts, like just pages like that, like blogs like that, escalate things to make them worse.
Yeah. I
like if you think about it, the Draymond and Jordan Poole situation.
Yeah.
If that clip was never posted on any social media, do you really think that it would be as big of a deal as it is now?
No, because there have been plenty of fights back.
Exactly. It was like,
I didn't hear about it.
It was like a public shame to Jordan Poole because he got
pumped
hit
out.
hard as freak on camera.
Hit real hard. Yeah,
real hard.
I don't know. Just pages like that. Just I don't know.
It is all. A lot of it is to create a divide, and I think like that's just like where the internet is, and that's just where people are. Like people thrive off negativity. Like even outside of the blogs, like people flex. Like yesterday, or either yesterday or the day before that, I saw a video of this dude. Like this dude posted a tweet talking about some "I stole Jit girl," and this is what he sent her.
I seen it on
and
Twitter.
This dude was screaming, hollering, snot coming out his nose, punching the wall, and I'm like, you think you're cool for posting this video of this dude that's
I
hurting?
seen Diaz say,
Yeah,
bro,
I
you
was
get
gonna say,
you get no cool points for that. Like,
bro, you
God,
not cool
why
for
are
that,
you
bro.
posting this, bro?
Like
this man almost ready to commit. Like,
literally,
heartbroken is freaking. You
What?
posting his reaction to him getting his girl stolen.
it's
Like,
like,
come on.
and it's like there's no people post for attention. I don't know if that's news for people because people try to act like that's not the truth. People post so people can look at it. So there's no way to spin it. You didn't post it because you thought it was whatever. You posted because you wanted people to look at it and react to it. And he's all in the comment section trying to be a cool dude, man. I don't care, bro. I don't care. He got to steal his girl back. Like, bro, you're
wants her at
weird.
that point?
I always say at that point, man, I understand we got to be more open about our emotions, but don't never send no video like that, boy. Oh
No.
my gosh, that's crazy.
I'm just saying, if
Nah,
a girl cheat on you, would you ever go back to him?
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
I can't, bro.
Why can't you?
I said I can't. You said
I
why
said,
can't
I said,
Oh,
why
okay.
can't you?
Nah, bro. It's a level of trust that's just gone.
Yeah.
Like, I can't trust you to do nothing.
It's a
now.
whole.
Yeah.
It ain't no level. It's the whole trust is gone.
Like, I don't know what I could trust you to do and what I can't trust you to do. no
Yeah,
more.
like if you try to, if you say you get back with the person that cheated on you,
Yeah.
like you get to the point where you expect that to happen again. Like,
Yeah.
Now
for
I'm
sure.
worried about why your ringer going off at this time.
Exactly.
Why you
Like,
coming home like this? That? I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I
And
ain't
who
got
you
no
talking
time.
to when I'm not around? Like,
What?
what,
Nobody has
who
time
you
for
talking to when you like late replying me or not replying at all? Like,
That's the one. Cause it's like, hey, boy, we supposed to be something, and ain't no. There's no. You ain't doing nothing for you can't reply to me within an hour.
that's why
There's
like,
absolutely right.
if I get cheated on,
absolutely
bro, it's
nothing.
no going back. I'm sorry. It's
No.
simple as that.
No, this is the counter question. I gotta play devil's advocate. Would you expect or want someone to take you back
No.
if you cheated?
No,
Oh, that's on you. I
No.
don't care.
I knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna say that.
If you choose to take me back at the bro, look.
because what comes with that is also a level of disrespect.
Yep.
Like,
He talking.
You know, it's a little bit, but like if you take me back, I ain't gonna lie. You can't. Me personally, if I ever would cheat on somebody and they took me back, I'm not gonna do it in the same way. I ain't gonna lie. That's just me though. I know it's
I
people
would
out
never
there
do
that
them
would.
like that in the first place.
Yeah.
I mean, cause obviously, this is the main reason why people cheat. Either they not getting something in a relationship that they want, or somebody is giving them something that they think their main person can't give them. But
I'm
in
saying, though,
reality,
yeah.
then just
they
why
can.
but I think
If you think that, then just get out of the relationship, bro.
That's
Why cheat?
true, but it's just how people are.
People-
It's sad, but that's
Yeah.
how people are.
it's like people. I think the main reason why people cheat is insecurities. It's straight up like when you, especially dudes, fresh out of like a phase of like ugliness or whatever, like they'll get into a relationship when they're ugly or whatever, and then as they get older, like get ready to graduate high school or even after graduate, whenever you decide you start looking better or whatever, and they get this confidence, and it's like, okay, I have this good thing, but like I never really had that whole phase. Like a lot of dudes in high school, like when a lot of dudes that got a lot of shorties in high school, they out of that whole phase now. Some ain't, but a lot of them are. And they're not necessarily ready to settle down, but the appeal of just having 15 girls' numbers in your phone is just not there anymore. So when dudes don't have that, the first taste is all it takes. That's all it takes. And they're like
they just need a little bit of attention. That's all.
You dip your toe in that water, and that's a wrap.
And don't let it be somebody you always wanted, and they
Ooh,
finally,
boy.
man.
Ooh,
I don't think anything justifies cheating. Like,
Oh no.
No, it's not
I don't
justified,
like no.
but that's just why.
Like, no,
We're just
it's-
explaining why.
No, like even that nothing should get you to that point, if you just gonna cheat, bro, just get out of the relationship.
But no,
bro.
but that's not, because it's a you problem and not a them problem. And when you are somebody who is like, I don't know, because it's basically like, okay, I know I can know I have a problem with them myself and know I'm doing wrong, but it's like it's kind of hard to explain. But if someone is in a relationship and they feel like that they need to get validation from somebody else, that doesn't automatically mean that they don't like the person that they're with. they're searching for something that they feel like they don't have. Like David, dang, I keep hitting you. David said, like, he feel like he said,
make sure it's still good.
He said he feel like that person can't give you what you're looking for, but in reality, you're probably just not asking.
Yeah.
So instead of communicating that you feel like you need this, you go out and search for it in a place that is like only beneficial to you. Like it's easy. Like you ain't really got to work for it. You got to work for a relationship. You ain't got to work for this girl on the side type junk. So it's like, so it's not, I don't think it's as simple as just saying, get out the relationship if you want to cheat, because
it should be, but
because a lot of people say that you can't like cheat on somebody you love on. I don't think that's necessarily true.
That way I think, bro.
Yeah. I can see
gotta
why
understand,
people think like that, but
if you cheat on somebody, just imagine how they're gonna feel.
Yeah.
Me personally, bro, I care about my significant other way too much. Like, imagine if I was to like do that and she found out. Like, imagine how hurt her feelings would be. Like that type of thing sticks with me.
Yeah.
Like I can't see another person cry because of a mistake that I did.
Yeah.
Cause that just brings me down too.
Yeah.
So all in all, like that ain't never been me. Like I've always wanted to be in like a committed thing. Like I could never do that whole phase.
Mm-hmm. What caught my attention, because you said you love them too much to do that to them, and it may, if someone is cheating, it may not necessarily be that they don't love them. It may be that they just don't love them enough, and also it may not be that at all, because to put like the final like separation, because like we all have hurt people we love, right or wrong.
Yeah.
So did you love them any less, even though you did something or said something that you knew would get under their skin, you knew would hurt them, even though in that moment it felt like it was the right thing to do? It felt like you were justified in doing that.
I don't understand how in the moment that would be feeling the right thing to do. That just doesn't sit well with me.
So you've never. That's what I'm saying. How like, have you hurt someone who you love? Like, let's just say like your brother. Like, have you ever tried to say something like mean spirited to him in order to get back at him, and you knew it was gonna get under your skin, his skin?
Well, even then, it's like you're not doing that because you love him. You just doing that to be mean. Like,
but no, I'm saying, but like if we're going purely off what you're saying, because I understand where you're saying, I understand where you're coming from, but if it's gonna be that black and white, it's like, okay, in that moment, did you love your brother any less, even though you knew what you was gonna say was gonna hurt him? Like, there's been times where I knew what I wanted to say was gonna hurt somebody, but I didn't say it because I love him. But there's also been times where I was just like, F how you feel right now, I'm gonna say this because I feel however I feel about the situation. I don't think that means I don't love them. I just think that in that moment, I'm human. I'm going to make a mistake. I'm going to say something crazy. And I just don't think that it's just black and white.
I kind of feel like you're trying to justify it.
I'm not justifying, because at the end of the day, you can still acknowledge that you're wrong. What I'm saying is that it's not as black and white as you don't love that person. Because like you said, you've done somebody that you love wrong, right or wrong, and you knew it was wrong when you did it. Does that mean that you did not love them in that moment? Because I don't think you can just turn love off and on. It's like you either love them or you don't.
But my argument is, and like, I'm saying this in like a relationship standpoint, in a relationship standpoint, like you're talking about like someone you love is in like a family member, like you knew you were wrong for what you were doing, yet you still did it. I feel like in a relationship is in different terms. Like if you have the love that you say you have for that person, why would you ever want to cheat on them? Regardless of what happens at home between y'all two. Why would you ever want to do that if you really loved them?
Yeah.
See, that is why I'm saying you're trying to justify cheating. Nothing justifies it.
I think you're confusing me explaining why it may happen as justifying it. Because justifying it would be me saying it's absolutely okay to do or say how you feel, because I'm 100% against that. Even though I am guilty of like saying something out of pocket because I felt a certain way in a certain moment because someone may have made me mad. May have done something to me. So in that moment, in a fit of anger, I've said something wrong to them. Said something that I knew was going to get them mad. Like this happened a few weeks ago with my sister. Like she was on my last nerves and it was like, she was getting really rough with me. And we were both heated. We were both very mad. And I said some things to her that I don't believe. But in that moment, I was so mad with how she was acting, how she was treating me, that I just did not care about it. Afterwards, I came in, I apologized. I felt bad because I knew it was not the right thing to do. But in that moment, it was like, I don't care. But I don't think that means you don't love them because I still love my sister. And in any situation, if she's on her last luck, I will be there to pick her up. There will never be a situation where my sister needs me desperately and I'm just going to be like, no. Like, even if I don't want to do it, I might resist it, but I'm going to still get my butt up and go do it because that's my sister and I love her.
I understand where both of y'all are coming from in this situation. I feel like the thing is, it's levels to it. So it comes to relationship and family. It's two different things, of course. And I understand you trying to use that to explain and basically figure out what's.
It's kind of hard to use
on.
that as an example though.
When it comes to relationship, because that's a spiritual connection with somebody. Like you can't choose who you are, like who's your family. You can't choose family member. You chose that person. You made the decision. You made a commitment to be with that person. Yeah. So by honoring that commitment, you shouldn't cheat. You shouldn't want to cheat.
Yes.
Yeah. Now people. I ain't gonna say most people, but some people are weak-minded to where they feel like, oh, I'm going through a lot, I'm stressed, he not giving me what I want, she not doing this, he not doing that, and they want to go out there and go mingle whatever they else or whatnot. Am I saying it's okay to do that? No, but people do that, and unfortunately, that's just the society we live in. Mm-hmm. But it just come down to the point to where you have to be disciplined enough to know when I go home, the house, that's gonna be who helped me through what I'm going through right now. Yeah. That's really all it boils down to is your discipline and your level of commitment to that person. Now, it's not okay to cheat. We all agree on that. We all know that. It's not okay to cheat. But I understand how you trying to justify it. It's just the way you justify it. And not justify, explain it, justify it, however you want to call it. It's just the way that you're doing it is not really clicking with Jaws and probably not gonna click with having them because they thinking probably the same way Jaws is for real.
Yeah. Dadgum is the way I look at the way I look at the world. I just don't look at things in like, I don't look at a lot of things in this 2D black and white. Yeah. I always think that there is some type of middle ground, not necessarily saying that this middle ground is saying that it's okay to cheat, but the middle ground being, okay, there is an explanation for this. It's the same way how maybe like I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot my example, but it's just like, I don't think that it has to be, oh, you cheated on this person. There's no way you loved them. Like that's not, I don't think it has to be the absolute.
Yeah. Now that I can agree with you on. You can cheat on somebody and love them to death. That's true. Maybe not for everybody, but that it in past and things have gone. There's been people that has loved somebody to death, willing to die for somebody, and has cheated.
I think the difference lies in your level of remorse. Because there are people who, go out, cheat, do whatever they do, and they come home and they sleep like a baby at night.
You can't tell me that you love the person you with, and you just out there cheating on her, bro. You can't tell me that some the night before you was just sleeping with another girl, and then you go home to your girlfriend and tell you love her.
Me personally, no, I can't do that.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You can't go and do that and say you really love that girl, bro. You can't do that.
I hear what you're saying. That's just the difference of what's it called, spectrums. I guess we could say viewpoints. I'm just way slower to just put that hammer down on something like that, because I just don't think in that type of situation.
I understand what you're saying, like
for sure.
Like there's always a reason for someone to do that, bro. Yeah. But in this type of situation, like you're not finna give me no reason why this is okay to do that. No,
inexcusable. I agree. I am burping up a storm. I hope I'm not too loud in y'all ear. I'm so sorry. I'm hitting people's mics and burping in y'all ear. That is not good. It's not a good combination. The last thing I want to talk about, and y'all could bring up something else if you want to. I'm talking about Kanye West coming back to Adidas. Oh, you said it was confirmed, Josh. I don't know. Like, I didn't know it was confirmed. I thought it was still like something. I can
find it.
How do you feel about that? Like just the whole thing, like the whole situation from him getting released from Adidas for his comments on the Jewish community, and then just a few months later, they're like, well, maybe we should bring him back on. Like, what is your thoughts on that?
I just feel like it's crazy, especially everything Kyrie went through with Nike and all that, for something that he posted, but he didn't mean it in the way everyone took it. Mm-hmm. You know, Kanye meant what he was saying. Yeah, there's no doubt about what he was saying. He made it clear. Crystal clear.
He quadrupled down on it.
Yeah, I'm saying this. I'm not confused. I don't know. I'm not sick in the head. I'm not nothing. I'm serious about this. This is really going on. This is how I feel about something. And for them to just come back and be okay with it is kind of crazy.
Report says Adidas and Ye have reached an agreement. No new Yeezy branded designs. Only selling current Yeezy branded products that Adidas cannot sell without Ye. No update on future after these are sold. Pirate Blacks will be the first release.
Let me see. There's that. No, let me see. Like,
at least I can go get some Nike or some Adidas
loud.
I mean, that's a verified account. And then XXL Magazine.
Oh yeah, that's verified.
XXL Magazine says that Kanye West and Adidas reached an agreement to sell $500 million worth of remaining Yeezy sneakers.
Okay, so that's not as.
I don't think they came to a deal where he's signing back with Adidas. I think they came to a deal where they're selling Yeezys again.
Just to get rid of these Yeezys and then be like, all right, do what you do.
Because, I mean, they weren't going to be able to sell those shoes without directly saying that they're Yeezys and Yeezy is Ye. So,
yeah. I don't know. I think what they may have been more worried about is because he has such a dedicated fan base, how many people were actually going to buy the shoes knowing that he wasn't authorizing it, because I'm pretty sure Adidas owns like the branding, like Yeezy, like YZY and the spelling of it, actual spelling. I'm pretty sure they own the rights to that. So I don't think Kanye really has a say so in you know, how they can use that likeness, because it's not.
So why bring it back?
Because it's going to be hard to sell shoes that you. It's going to be harder to sell shoes from a guy that you blackballed so hard. Yeah. Basically, that's why I look at it. Because there are a lot of people who really support him and they're trying to, like, I guess, boycott Adidas, but they don't have a reason to boycott him if they know he's back on the team. And they'll happily buy up the rest of those Yeezys just so Adidas can get, like it's like $500 million worth of shoes. If they can get $500 million worth of shoes off their hands in the easiest way possible and then get rid of him for good, just from a business standpoint, I might take that, especially if there's no talk of anything after that. Like I'd do that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because before Kanye really partnered with Adidas or whatnot, nobody was rocking Adidas, bro. Like, can we all be honest here? Some people were getting made fun of for
not in this generation. Not in this generation.
Yeah, them shell toes from 1982.
Run DMC and them
they went crazy, but after that, bro, nobody wasn't wearing no Adidas.
When the Yeezys dropped, everybody was on them.
The first Yeezys ugly. I don't care.
Yeah, the V1 is ugly as freak.
Like the turtle doves, the Oreo color, like those are some hideous shoes. But them V2s,
when them V2s with the line that came through, bro, those are hard.
That's kind of tough. I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie. I know Kanye has said some bad things, but I might have to buy another pair of Yeezys.
I wish I would have got me a pair before he saw this.
I had a pair, but I sold them.
I'm glad I got me a pair.
Because they were getting, like, the ones I had, they were the zebras. And, like, if you wear them too many times, like, the bottom starts to yellow.
Yeah. So I just went and got rid of them. But, yeah, I just, right now, man, I'm just like, bro, I'm still iffy on them. Because I ain't gonna count, like, because at the end of 2022, I basically completely, like, cut them out of the rotation musically. But, like, recently, bro, I went back and
slowly make itself.
Listen, and I be feeling a little bad, bro. Cause I think what he said was wrong. Like, he dead wrong. Like, nobody can convince me that what he was talking about, he was in the right. Yeah. But it's just like, dude,
be in the car bumping that jump. Man,
right.
this
I
man
bet
said
y'all.
some
I bet
bad.
y'all was listening to it on the way here.
Oh no,
Keep it a book.
nah, straight gospel.
No, it's straight gospel.
Nah, no cap.
Oh, I was praying to the Lord in the car on the way here. But
Nah, when he by himself, I don't know what he be doing.
Nah, I played straight. That song we listened to, play that song 4 times in a row.
No, I believe it.
On the way
I'm just
home,
saying.
on the way to get you.
When that Kanye come on, you don't hit that skip button, bro.
The last time me, him, and Joe got in the car, we had to go get the camera from his house. He hit skip on every Kanye song.
But that was like before the New Year, though. That was like late December. But it's like late February, and it's like, man,
he coming back.
Jesus Walk sounds kind of good right now. Like, it sounds pretty spectacular. Like, Never Let Me Down is really hitting in my ears right now. So
watch, David.
I guess I'm a bad
first song
person.
that plays when y'all get in the car is a Kanye song.
Now that you say it just
money.
might be.
Yeah,
It probably wasn't, but now
I'm willing to bet money.
That ride home might sound good with a little Kanye looking. You know he gonna play it when we get in there.
Give him a smile.
I'm thinking of what song
he got a playlist designated. He ain't deleted that playlist just because what happened. He ain't deleted that.
I had a 3. I had a 3. What am I trying to say? I had a playlist called 3-Headed Goat, and it was a Kanye Cole
and Jay-Z.
No, not Jay-Z.
I thought that's what you was going to say.
Kanye Cole
and
Kendrick. And that's what it was. I ain't delete that playlist, but also I haven't listened to it in forever. But hey, that might get a spin this time.
I was just finna say that's probably what he gonna play on the ride home.
He finna take the long way.
What?
You finna take the long way.
It's already a long way to my house.
The
Even longer way is crazy. But yeah, bro. Y'all got anything else? Y'all any topics y'all want to bring up?
I mean, I know me and you talked about. I don't know if Josh know about the little AI junk that we were talking about.
Yeah.
What AI thing?
Bro, AI is scaring me. I am like legit.
They can AI
fearful.
generate anything, bro. Like, I don't know if you seen like
what y'all saying that's scaring you about AI though,
bro. They literally. I know he said he seen it, but I don't know if you know the shot Michael Jordan hit that won the game or whatnot, and everybody was cheering for it. So they basically AI altered it to where MJ missed it. And the dude that was guarding him was cheering, and the whole crowd was cheering. It looked completely real. Like, I remember I was on Instagram and it was like, bro, I thought MJ made this shot, and I was like, bro, this is fake. Like, I actually I don't comment on Instagram, but I really don't. I literally had to go in. I was like, bro, this is not real. Please don't believe this. Because like, it was a grip of people believing that it was real.
When y'all say that makes me think of the clip that they had. So when LeBron.
Yeah.
When LeBron shot the fadeaway,
and Kareem
came all the way down the court. Oh,
Bro,
my God.
Slapped the mid-range jumper
And
off the
that actually
backboard.
looked like Kareem got up out his seat and went to go block that.
And then it's worse than that, though.
Yeah, like the clip I seen, I've seen multiple, but the most recent one was Caleb sent it earlier today, and it was Draymond Green talking about the Warriors, and it 100%. If it wasn't for the fact that it was clearly like he started glazing LeBron, like overly glazing him. If it wasn't for that and the fact that it was like a clip of Draymond talking and the lips didn't match what was actually coming out, it could legit pass as Draymond Green talking. And that's scary because you can do that with anybody and everything. You can
like serious world matters.
Exactly. You can do it with politicians. You can do it with artists because like, I hate to bring him up as an example, but Takeoff now, if people can AI his voice, they can legit bring him back as an artist. And that is frightening.
They can bring anybody back.
Anybody. Michael Jackson, Tupac, Biggie Smalls, anybody. Whitney Houston, Michael freaking Jackson. They could bring back anybody because that's how good AI voices are now.
And it's so sad because it's so easy to use it. Like, I remember I was with my homeboy, Sean. He literally, I didn't know that's what that was at the time, but he was literally typing in the words, and you can hear Juice WRLD rapping it.
Yes.
And it sounded like it was him.
Yes.
And then,
what's that thing that movies use to like CGI?
Yeah.
Bro, have y'all seen the movie You People on Netflix?
Yeah, I seen it. Oh, you talking about with the kiss?
The kiss.
Yes, that whole scene they said was CGI.
Yeah, because they ain't want to kiss
Bro,
for real.
You can't tell me that whole thing didn't look real.
It looked real, but if you go back and look at it, like the first time I seen it, I was like, oh yeah, they kissed. But I was literally in my shower like, bro, ain't no way she kissed this dude.
I haven't gone back and looked at it yet.
But if you go back and look at it, like their chins literally look like they're one.
It's like mushing together. It looks really weird.
But it's still like at first glance, like
yeah, you think it's real.
Like, dang.
And that's a thing that I was going, like, when you said like the only difference was that his voice wasn't matching up with the video. It's like they can literally make it match up, and it's like it just goes to show you that it probably was just somebody that was on there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
made it that real quick and posted it.
And it was a scene from a movie. It was a movie about, they were like on this like this type of tower thing in the middle of the desert or whatever, and like the girl, they wanted to censor what she said, so she said the F word, so they wanted to replace that with freaking. So she was actually saying the F word, and then they deep faked it to make her say freaking, and they used her voice, and they're like, and it 100% looked authentic.
But that's what I was talking about when I was talking about Star Wars and the last one. That's what they did with his voice.
That's crazy.
They just AI generated the whole way through.
And that's wild that they have like the capability to do that. And it's just like, where are we going like with this? Because I don't
like, what is it gonna get to?
Exactly, because when you live in a world like the one we live in, you know, this stuff is supposed to be fun. Like, it's supposed to be, haha, cool. Draymond Green said LeBron is the GOAT and he loves him. Like, funny. But people use this type of stuff for malicious activity.
Blackmail.
Like, imagine that clip would have been Draymond bashing the Warriors.
Yeah.
Imagine that what that could have did for a locker room and also an organization.
Yeah.
Draymond could have probably lost his contract.
And it would have been so hard to defend. So unless there's some type of like laws passed on regulating it, like making sure that there's some type of like watermark or like absolute indicator that it's AI, like that can be used for such crazy things. And like one of them that is already been in use is deepfake corn.
Yeah, off Twitch. Like they've been taking popular Twitch girls and putting their faces on like these corn stars.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the Twitch girls are like, they getting like, of course they get mad because it's like, bro, all these kids are like watching. Like, why are you taking my face and putting it on this person's body to, please yourself with? Like, that's
another serious matter that could like alter, like I'd say like in the future, like if that starts to like grow, it's like presidential debates and like campaigns.
Yeah.
Like you could put out literally a commercial of your opponent saying something so horrible,
because they be doing that already. Like they already will clip up whatever somebody say to make them sound crazy.
Imagine putting that into a full clip and literally them saying it, like their lips saying it.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Imagine them having videos of Biden kicking little kids, bro.
Exactly,
bro. I ain't gonna lie, I might laugh.
And like you can say how many times it's fake, but like when a lot of people see it,
exactly,
and they don't hear the defensive side.
Because the thing with the way that like information on the internet work, bro, the court of public opinion is stronger than the actual court. Because you could be free in the eyes of the law, but if people still view you under this certain light, it's not much you can do.
Yeah, you can't even go outside.
Exactly. So it's just like if something get out and it's fake and it floats around long enough without like a stern addressing, like, yo, this is not real, this is not me, this is not what I would represent, it could completely ruin your whole campaign, career, anything. And I'm afraid of what that could mean for entertainers and guys like on YouTube, or even people that like make movies, like
even
write
athletes.
songs. Even what?
Even athletes. Imagine like, okay, say it's a breakout player, he on the brink of a match contract.
Yeah.
Something gets put on social media of a fake clip of him bashing so and so in.
Yeah. Like say
gone.
Jalen Green decides he wants to bash the Jewish community. The whole time it's a deep fake.
Gone.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it just make me think, because I be thinking stuff like, it's available to the public right now, but you can only imagine how long that's been like out. Like, what else could they have used it for? Like,
and you got to think about it, the way technology is advancing, how better it's gonna get.
Yeah.
And because I know that stuff that the public get is stuff that people in the higher up been had.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you can only imagine what they already don't use it for, bro.
That's nuts to think about. This future is pretty scary. Hopefully this is just one of those things where it's like
Like a what if?
Yeah. Like how NFTs kind of was like hyped up to be this like next big thing.
Yeah, I just hope it fade.
Yeah. But the thing with NFTs, it was like there was a lot of human error in making that fail. But AI quite literally has no humans involved outside of just programming it to be a mind of its own. So
Yep.
Bro, I seen this one thing where these programmers literally program this AI to like just keep learning, and
That's
eventually,
crazy.
bro, eventually they made 2 of them, and like they were literally just talking to each other, and like it got to the point to where the people was telling them to turn it off, and they wouldn't shut off, and then like they'll be having private conversations, and it come out to, like they shut it down, but then they looked in the code and they were literally up there like learning missile codes and everything. Like, bro, it was so bad. Like, and this really happened. That's what got me. It's like, bro, this is real. Like, people don't make AI and like they let it run loose all night and they don't been exploring the internet. Like, that's some scary movie jump,
see,
bro.
like these people want to advance into the future and have like these like robots that like serve as like service to people and stuff like
They
that.
obviously ain't seen our
Like,
robot.
this is some Age of Ultron junk. We seen.
You talking about our robot?
Yeah,
they
bro.
obviously ain't see that.
This is our robot, bro.
And then I played the game Detroit.
No, I heard
Detroit.
of it
It's something like that.
It's Metro.
Human Light or something
Yeah, I know
like
what
that,
you're
bro.
talking
I
about.
played
Yeah.
that like that kind of make your eyes like open up, like what the future may hold, like with robots. Like if it gets to that point in life, bro,
And there's no telling what could happen because it's just like at that point it's open season, free game. It don't matter who you is, nothing. Like you can just be completely frank. Because imagine like crimes too. Like people can get away scot free with certain stuff. People can get sent to jail because people already be wearing like masks, like skin masks, to where it's like you look like a completely different person, and there's really no way of knowing like that it's not you.
Imagine a robot's made that looks just like you.
That's freaking, bro. We living in a freaking Avengers
It's scary,
movie.
bro. Like, this is crazy. It really
I
is.
hope I don't see that in my lifetime.
Yeah.
But the way technology advances per day,
We
it's
just
looking like we're
might.
gonna see
It's coming.
it's looking like we're gonna see.
It's crazy because like we've had movies about stuff like this. Like Terminator came out in what, 84?
Yeah,
Why the heck are we still trying to create intelligent life? Like, why is that something we trying to do? Like, I don't understand. Like, I remember seeing like a few years ago when niggas were trying to redo Jurassic Park for real. Like, we have 8 movies telling you why that's a bad idea. I don't know why.
What make you think you're gonna succeed? Well, we seen where they failed in the movie, bro.
Exactly.
You're a human.
Bro,
you're gonna fail.
I'm willing to bet that in some type of laboratory right now, they're testing diseases to make zombies.
Yeah, they already had the zombie disease in Antarctica. Like maybe not the one we see in movies, but there was like some ice melted and they found like this disease.
Ancient disease. Yeah, there's already like zombie like diseases amongst animals. Like deer, they got like something with them, and it's just like it literally makes them a zombie.
It's like a parasite. It like eats out all their insides and replaces it. Like it doesn't let them die. It literally just keeps them alive long enough for them to find another body or until they get enough nutrients.
Yeah, that junk is frightening. That's such a freaking somber way to end the pod.
Nah, no. I mean, it's scary. It's
real.
real. It's real.
I'm about to say it's reality.
It's a real world.
It's reality.
Yeah,
we're gonna be out here fighting robots and zombies in about 2 years. That was
2 years. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Sooner than later, the robots are gonna be fighting the zombies because we ain't gonna be in no more.
We surely ain't. I don't know who y'all think y'all good, but we ain't nobody in the movies, boy.
I was gonna say, nigga, we not
Will Smith
in Independence Day.
We're not Will Smith.
Not who we is, bro.
We're not Rick Grimes
At all, bro.
I might be able
Walking
to survive
Dead.
for a minute in a zombie, but you got robots hands up. Nah,
I would
bro.
say robots is a completely different because you can't even fight them. Like
No.
you gotta blow them up, and even then, they consciousness will transfer
So,
to
no,
a
you good.
freaking
You
kettle
got
pot.
it.
And it's
Have
like,
y'all seen The Walking Dead?
Yeah,
I watched.
Yeah.
I watched a few episodes. I was never big on it.
I'm rewatching it now. I always like zombies and
Keep
shit
hitting
like
my
that.
microphone.
Yeah.
I need
Okay.
to fix that.
Like that's always been interesting. Like I always said, like y'all can say what, but I always said if like the world ended, I want to be in a zombie apocalypse, low key. Like I ain't gonna lie, cause I know I'll be good.
I'm not gonna lie, it would be kind of fun, but then again, it would be kind of scary. At the same time.
Bro, you can do whatever you want. Just
I'm not even looking at it in that type of standpoint. I'm saying like
I want to kill some zombies.
we about to find out who can really survive out here. Like,
they ain't gonna be the first one gone, man. I don't feel like running no more.
Boy, I will not. Boy,
they ain't gonna tell. Leave me alone.
If I gotta fight this hard, boy, it might not be worth fighting for. Dadgummit.
I ain't gonna lie, but knowing me, like I'm not gonna let no zombie kill me.
Because
I'm not
really have a
zombie.
choice. Like you talking about,
You ain't got no choice. You always got a choice.
Boy,
you definitely always got a choice.
That's what everybody in
before the zombie bites you. It's one thing you gotta do.
Put your dick in the dirt.
All right,
Put your dick in the dirt.
Put your dick in the dirt.
Hey, man. He said it, not me.
Hey, man. This has been a good episode of Lunchroom Podcast. I had fun. This is a good pod. I appreciate y'all coming out on this lovely evening.
Yeah.
David is out here in his pajamas.
I'm vibing,
real comfortable.
I
Daniel finally wore something
decent
of the presentable.
Yeah, I could not.
Ain't got the toes out today.
I could not show my feet. Like that was just so like.
What did I tell
bad
you?
for y'all.
What did I tell you?
What you
before
say?
we started recording?
What'd you say?
I told you we should start dressing different because they're gonna be able to see everything.
Okay, but
this man said, well, "I'm gonna still have my toes out. You can do what you want."
I didn't know how bad my feet looked on camera.
Bro, it's not just on camera.
Shut
All right,
you're on all social media platforms with your toes out.
Show down. I might make a reel of me put them out just because y'all want to talk trash.
You might well start an OnlyFans for that money.
That's crazy. Hey, I'm gonna make no money.
There's some people that like ugly feet.
Dragon Claws on OnlyFans. That's crazy. But yeah, man. Hey, man. Hey, it was a good episode. We got a good little hour 30 in. We're good. We're doing amazing.
If you made it this far to the video, comment L host in the chat.
L host is crazy. That is crazy. We need a.
You said it at the front. You said it at the start of the video.
Oh yeah, I did. We need a new freaking. We need a guest.
Hashtag. Oh, I guess.
No, we do need it. We are hashtag. Hold up before.
Yeah.
That just made me, bro. If you clip anything from this, please, if you post it on social media, do hashtag the Lunchroom Podcast. Please. I feel like we should also have another because it's multiple Lunchroom Podcasts. So should we have like a more unique one?
Yeah, we're gonna need it because then they can just go to. They're not gonna know which one.
Exactly.
I mean, they're gonna see the two black dudes, and
and
they
the
gonna know
light
it's because the other one, I think them is like
it's two. I think they two. It's like a white guy and the other guy look Latino.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Mexicans, but I ain't want to be.
Just use the broader term. My
just
use the
leave
broader
it out.
term.
Leave it out.
I love you all.
But hey, if y'all can think of a hashtag in the comment section, feel free to post it. Like put it down there for sure. But yeah, man. Yeah, any final words y'all got to say for the people?
Always thankful for the people that tune in. You know.
Yes, sir.
Thankful for the new people that are here. Thankful for the people that have always stayed and continue to support us and. We're going to keep on pumping our content every Friday.
Yes, sir. Anything you want to say, David?
What he said.
Retweet. Hey, man. Thank you for tuning in. It's been your boy, Daniel. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Bro, you should already know your feet fucked up, though. Low key. I ain't gonna lie. Because you just always have them out anyway. So I just don't never say nothing about it. But I just thought you already knew them shit was fucked up. Ain't no way you been walking around here all the time just thinking you had regular smegular ass feet.